4 great runners. We have Hitsion 1337, Fear Agent, Gua Label, and Plasma Kappa, and we are underway as we speak. And Gua Label going to run a pallet shuffle with we started in 50 rupees over in the Sanctuary. And I didn't catch what the other one was, and like so small to see on this layout that I have for this map check.
Look like crystals at Eastern and Desert, and then red pendant at Harrow.
Okay, and it also looks like we found a moon pearl over on Link's house. So already 2 away from our Darkhold access.
I really like Plasma Kappa's. He's playing as, it looks like Lakitu from Mario.
Yeah, that is a Lakitu sprite. I see Gualebo running from a distance. Look like the Grunkle Stand sprites. Don't think that's the case though. Fear Agent running the Minish Cap Link sprite, just the Minish Link sprite, and then Hitsu running the Dark Link sprite. Alright, heading for Kakariko already. Fear Agent gonna drop that into the well. 3 bombs start off. So we have bombs. And then 20 rupees. Nothing in the well.
Oh, that was an ice rod, wasn't it? On the island.
And yeah, we also added some checks over on Fear Agent's side. It looks like I can straight over to. Wait, okay, I thought he didn't. He did blind, probably not. So there's a bee in a bottle, which is great since you don't have to worry about it. And there's those 10 bombs, so we already have a bomb refill. But again, nothing here. Sashrolla's Closet coming up here for we have a sword and more money and arrows and stuff.
Well, it's really nice to get that bottle early so you can clear out Sick Kid while you're here. Bottle vendor, just a piece of heart. Time to check the chicken.
Checking the back of the tavern, only 5 rupees. Also gonna have Sick Kid coming up afterwards. There's the boots in the chicken hut.
Let's see what Plasma finds in the dam. Oh, there's the fire rod. So we now both know where both rods are.
I think from a distance, I thought it looked like it was the ice rod.
Yeah, I think ice rod was on the island in the river, and then there was the fire rod. So we now know where both.
And then there's only 3 bums in the sunken treasure. Plasma gonna head directly for the mini Moldorm cave. That's what I'm looking for.
As Hitsion is doing escape.
The sword in hand, Hitsu making the play for the escape, which isn't a bad idea. Plasma gonna check out mini Moldorm cave.
We're at 20 bucks, triple bombs. There's our glove. 20 bucks and another box.
So that will when he comes into Kakariko, he will have another check, but even then, since there's a bottle within Kakariko, I don't think this really makes a huge impact.
No, I don't believe that it's going to.
Yeah, I definitely seen that Fire Rod now just after looking at it for a second time. So yeah, that's Fear's Fire Rod.
And that Fire Rod gives us commentary access to Dark Cross.
Right, Plasma heading for the Ice Rod Cave. And 50 rupees.
Just $50.
Fear's going to take advantage of the bee here. Gonna actually, instead of having to deal with the mini builders himself, is going to use that bee to take care of them. And it's also a golden bee as well, so that means he would have if he decided to go and turn that in, he would have had 100 rupees. But it's also a good offensive weapon if you don't want to have to do all the dirty work yourself. Plasma heading for the back of escape.
There's the key, bombs, and ooh, sir, there is an item in Dark Cross. And it looks like Plasma is going to head over there now.
Yeah, this is in logic with version 31. You're able to light torches with the the fire rod, and that actually makes this logical.
Yes. Looks like Fear Agent's also going to be setting up his water walk with the boots, I think.
The water walk makes sense since the boots was found so early on in the seed. And a single rupee within the Dark Cross. Hitsuyon heading for the Agina Cave. And the
hammer. So Aga dies with that hammer.
Yeah, that's Darkhold access from the comic consensus. Hitsu will hopefully soon go over to Mini Moldrum Cave and grab that hammer. And Fear Agent going to make a immediate play for the Zora domain just to look at the item on Zora Ledge. Just only 20 rupees.
And now he could go easily check the guy under the bomb under the bridge. Hobo.
Yeah.
Just blank down on him. I'm like, what is his name? Yeah, Hobo.
I don't know why he has like a whole camp there. It just makes no sense. But also, I just noticed this just like 10 minutes afterwards. There is blue mail within the secret chest, so we already have some early protection, which is nice. No, he does not. Know that Plasma Kappa and Fear does not have Ice Rod knowledge. They have the Fire Rod, but not the Ice Rod. To answer somebody in chat.
Yeah, you need mirror and flippers, I believe, or at least mirror and some other glitches if you want to get it without flippers. I don't know if that's one of those locations where you can use splash delete. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I know you need flippers and mirror to get it logic.
Yeah, it would be in logic. There are different setups for the splash deletion using some Ancilla nonsense. Some examples include that you shoot 3 arrows into a wall, then use 2 bombs, and enough stuff on the screen will delete the splash effect from jumping into the water.
So interesting, Fear Agent choosing not to go into Dark Cross, even though it is totally illogic for him. When he found that map and he
Of course, he doesn't know this. There's only just a single rupee, so I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't know,
I
but
don't know.
it's a good thing. But I'm just surprised he's leaving it behind. But it is good for him.
I think the reason why he didn't go was because he doesn't have any magic.
Oh, he doesn't
in
have
his,
magic.
Fire Rod.
So that's a very good reason he didn't do it.
Yeah, it's gonna get magic eventually once he gets the blue mail. And Bonkrog's only having 50 rupees, by the way.
It's really interesting. We're 10 or so, 11 minutes in. We haven't really found a lot of money yet. The runners have been kind of like stuck on like 1 to 200 range. We haven't seen any of the 300s yet.
Yeah, money is kind of stingy right now, and plus, none of the runners have Darkhold access just yet. The common consensus is that we have Darkhold access, but for the rest of the runners, they would need for Hitsuyan, he needs to find a glove, which is in Mini Moldorm Cave, and then for everyone else, everyone has to go to Agina Cave in order to get the hammer from there. Plus, we're gonna get those boots. And Hitsuyan
sword, but he is doing a very good job with the bomb.
And to use the bombs, trying to. I mean, he's got a sword, so he'll be okay here. He will get that hammer, and he will be the first player to have Darkhold access.
I'm wondering if he goes, while he's still close enough, he goes straight to the Dark World and gets hype cube.
Koi level,
he's going to go
here, this thing have rupees. I think. I wonder if their intention is to do Zora.
That would be a good guess.
To answer a question in chat, no, it's not Fast Ganon. It's going to be Defeat Ganon.
So yeah, we will have to go through Aga Tower. I mean, Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, Ganon's Tower will be available from the start once they have Titan's Mitts to at least get into there. And also some stuff like a hook shots and Samaria, or whatever you want to make the entire climb.
What's really going to be kind of interesting with, I know somebody spoke to Sahashla and found out Green Pendant was Misery Mire, which I guess I missed. But if that's the case, then we technically don't need the flute in this seed at all, unless there's something in Misery Mire that's required, but like a medallion or something. But you know, we don't necessarily need to go there.
Yeah, flute is still nice to have for the fast travel, but of course we also have to consider that with Green Pendant being on Misery Mire, you have with the already 2 items within Misery Mire, there's the extra item from Sahasrara from the Green Pendant. Now, again, we'll have to wait and see until probably when we decide to just dip that dungeon. It's still pretty early in the game, and Hitsuyan has not entered the Dark World yet, even though he has Dark World access. And also, since people are going to be mentioning this too, items can be in GT, given the nature of the crystal count. Since we are able to enter GT right from the off, there can be progression in there, since it really involves how the fill algorithm works. I can't really go into too much detail about it because it's kind of complicated, and it has to do with the crystal counts being in a certain, like, how you change the crystals in such a way that kind of works. I don't know. But Hitsuyan enters the Dark World going into Hype Cave, or Overhyped Cave, or Cave 73, whatever you want to call it. I personally call it Overhyped Cave.
Well, so far, just heart containers and heart pieces and 10 arrows. Pretty sad.
Yeah, this is why I either call it Overhyped Cave or just the fact that it's. I probably just gonna call it the Cupid Cave. I don't know.
So TR also a pendant. Our 5-6 are at Thieves Town and Swamp Palace today. So with that information, at the moment, they don't even technically have to need the ice rod at this point, unless, like I said, there's something in and there's something in TR that's required.
Yeah, of course. There's always that one rare chance that the pedestal will have something. Ether found on top of the pyramid ledge. And Goylable gonna take advantage of those silver arrows. Oh, this is annoying. This is a really annoying spot because he bumped on that particular side of this little block, and he's stuck there. I've had it happen before, and it's really, really annoying.
That's unfortunate.
All right, Plasma Kappa gets his hammer, and that will be his Darkhold access. Hitsuyan heading for Catfish. Gonna check that right now. There's a shovel.
Ooh, fetch.
That was at the shovel spot. We don't know what that really leads to, so I think Hitsuyan might try and follow that. Yes, Hitsuyan does have the ether.
Fear Agent is in Eastern Palace.
Now this is going to be out of logic because we don't have a lamp yet. Oh, that's a really tough death there for Fear Agent. And just going to opt to just save and quit out of there. His intention was he wanted to do the death boot, the damage boost, and he had low hearts just to make that make that possible. So now, considering that we know that Agina has the hammer. It's okay. Actually, he's gonna go there right now. I was kind of worried that Fear might have last location it because the thing is that it's a really annoying. It's a pretty annoying spot to put the hammer in Agina Cave because you don't ever go there until you have no other checks to do it.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of runners leaving that alone until it's either that or Aga 1. And Stumpy just having a heart piece.
Here's the full map check. There, yeah, 5 6s are swamping Thieves Town with the other medallions being the other pendants being on green pendants. Meyer like saw it and then turned like the other pendants. So we don't really need medallions just yet. Depends on, it still depends on if there's somehow progression on the medallion dungeons.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, plus I gotta check the digging game, by the way. There's only 5 rupees there. And Hitsuyan gonna lead over to Skull Woods. This is a crystal, so he's able to complete it. This makes a whole lot of sense for Hitsuyan to go here.
Yeah, he could full clear it, go straight to the back, kill Mothula, and full clear.
And Fear is also gonna go and do Skull Woods. So there is the key. Hitsu could grab the key out of the pot and saves him and that will save him a key when he goes over to the back of Skull Woods.
Looks like that's what he's planning on doing.
Or at least saving the Gibdo, at least saving the having to kill the Gibdo for the key. Yeah, that's exactly what Hitsu's doing. Alright, Hitsu gonna go head into the back of Skull Woods. Now, since everyone is heading over to Skull Woods first, typically if I was doing Skull Woods, and I would have hoped for a book or a book and a mirror to already in hand so that I could check the pedestal alongside doing Skull Woods. But since we found the fire rod so early on in the seed, it makes a whole lot of sense for everyone to convene over to Skull Woods.
Well, they could get it. Yeah, it is unfortunate, but this. Whenever TR is a pendant, I think it lowers the chances of a pedestal seed already, because there's so many items you need to clear that dungeon.
Yeah, but I don't really believe that kind of thing. And I usually believe it's never a pedestal seed until there's no other choice, but there's no other options. But Fury Agent drops down to the Mothula fight.
We have Plasma and Furigen and Mothula, and actually Hitsuyan is on there with.
Gonna be a little bit cautious. Oh, that's a death for Figure Agent. That fight can be really annoying because you have the moving floor that keeps moving around like it's Devil World or something, and then you have the spikes that keep moving, and you have the weird bug where you could, if Mothula gets hit by the spikes when you do damage, then it negates the attack. Hitsuyan clears it just fine, draws first blood. That's the first crystal of the race.
It's always nice to get that first crystal out of the way. Looks like Gaia Label is in Thieves Town. And he does have the book.
Oh, did Plasma kill this bug already? I must have missed it. Okay, yeah, okay. It looks like Plasma didn't draw first blood before hit, so yeah. Alright. It's been a while since I did these dailies because I've been doing the tournaments, but whatever. Continuing forward, we have our
So there's
lamp, so
lamp.
that now brings the back the the big key chest of Skullwoods, the big key chest of Eastern Palace into logic. Ugh, dear.
Yes. That was a really nice magic drop that he got for Fear's side, and now he'll have full fire rod shots against Mothula.
Fear gonna try again on this popular fight. And there's the game of Samaria from the chess game over on Hitsion's side.
Fear's got to be careful here. Gets the kill.
Excellent. Hammer Mothula is not fun because of the small hitbox that the hammer has. You're more prone to getting hit by things. I've tried this before and I cannot get it. It is very tricky.
And not only that, you also have limited health. Oh, there's a mirror in Thieves Town.
It's funny because they could have actually, if they went for Thieves Town first, they would have been able to check the pedestal.
Oh yes, you're right. Absolutely.
I mean, it is a crystal, so that the thing with the fact that there's crystals on both Skullwoods and Thieves Town, you have options. Skullwoods is a more quicker option because if you have the fire rod by then, you should definitely go for Skullwoods because it's a quick and easy dungeon to clear.
And as long as you keep blind on his script, this is a pretty easy fight as well. As Guy Label is doing it so far, keeping blind totally on script. He takes 9 swings with the sword to kill blind, no matter what weapon you have. And down goes blind for Guy Label. And he gets a 300 rupees and a crystal.
A nice little jackpot. So there's Guy Label's first crystal.
Well, with his routing, he could actually he could read pedestal after he goes through Skullwoods. He could do that. So we could find out what's on the pedestal.
Yeah, Guy Label never, I don't think he ever went into Skullwoods. I think I don't know if it's a he or she, but I'm sorry if I get your pronouns wrong, but.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I mean, well, they will be able to check all their mirror locations. And I'm wondering if they'll go, oh, there's Bombos. So now we have flippers away from Ice Palace logic too. And of course a Mitts upgrade.
Alright, it's Hitsion's turn to fight off Blind.
Yeah, these runners of this caliber probably will never have trouble with blind. They've run this so many times. And I think that was a flawless victory for Hitsion. Getting his crystal. Down goes blind for plasma as well.
Alright, Gwai's gonna go up the mountain. He does have access to all of the light death mountain. You'll need gloves to get to the dark death mountain. Also, do a few. You can only do a few checks in logic with just the boots and gloves, or mitts rather.
Well, while he's here, he could read the ether tablet and see if he'll need it for later, and that's exactly what he or she's going to do.
And the usual suspects of the couch cache. And Gwai is going to head over to Hera, while Plasma Kappa is going to check out the Bombos tablet and there's going to be a shield there. Furity picks up his mirror.
Plasma's heading over to Desert.
Now, Plasma doing Desert is not a bad idea. This is a crystal that he can clear. It's 2 items here as well, so this will be a quick in and out. And we already had the boots, so we don't have to worry about it being boots locked or anything.
Yeah, it was nice to get boots early to not be boots locked.
And the dungeon's not boots locked, so that's good. While Gwai Label finding out that Hera was lamp locked again, or fire locked, so and even then we already have, he has a fire rod, so they have a fire. Again, I apologize for what your pronouns are. They have a fire rod, so it shouldn't be a big problem.
More money out of the big chest in Desert.
Alright. Plasma heading for the back of Desert Palace, and Gwai is about to fight Moldorm.
It won't be a too terrible fight with Fire Rod. Be a little faster.
Yeah, Plasma having the fire on, he's able to do a quick kill with this. So this, if he lines it up right, I've done it before. It's pretty satisfying. While it's going to use the hammer to deal tempered sword damage on the Moldorm, which just requires a nice 3 hits, and down he goes. For only 20 rupees.
Nothing in Tower of Hera at all.
No, he does. They do grab the pendant. We're a little bit, so we're kind of closer to pedestal, but even then, I still think that I'm still under the belief that it's not pedestal until there's no other option.
Well, he's gonna check East Death Mountain, and hopefully he'll get a glove upgrade and be able to do all of it on this one trip.
And Gwai is gonna have her Spiral Cave. If we run through the spiral, this won't be too long. And
there's our flippers.
That's a really nice pickup for Gwai.
Looks like Plasma is also heading to Death Mountain. I wonder if they will do Hera or not. Heart Container and Swag Mat.
It's a nice safety to have if you want to catch fairies.
$20, 20 more bucks. Another heart container. Another heart container. And 10 arrows. So all of our heart containers were on Death Mountain. Or at least a good amount of them.
Flippers is the only thing that only point of interest. Paradox coming up nothing. So
yeah. But it looks like he's headed over towards Skull Woods, so I would not be surprised if he checks the pedestal as well while he's there.
he's heading for the Dark World. That's one. Gwai's heading for the Dark World. That's one thing. I don't know what the pronouns are. If Gwai's heading for Skull Woods, yeah, okay. So Gwai can clear out Skull Woods and also check the pedestal.
And if it happens to be a pedestal seed, he will already be 1/3 of the way there too. And then he'll know if he needs to go get that ice rod that's on the island, which he has access to with Mirror and Flipper.
Gwai gets the big key, and there's not a whole lot going on so far. At least anything new. So it gives us a perfect opportunity to say that these 4 runners are doing their best. They came out here to show what they can do. They are great runners, and it would be really nice to follow them Hitsion 1337, Fear Agent, Kawaii Lambo, and Plasma Kappa. They all deserve some really good, some nice love. And of course, our good tracking team. We have SSBM Oro and Third X on tracking duty, and you're listening to Professor Renderer rambling about Randomizer, and Nitro 6003 also rambling about Randomizer. So we're gonna finally.
It's always fun to ramble about Randomizer.
Yeah, and Plasma is heading for Spike Cave.
Ooh, that's interesting.
He's got a potion in hand, so he's able to do this. I believe. I don't know if this is in logic or not. Other way, it's just 3 bombs.
Have either potion and burn and or a cape, I believe. But I'm not 100% sure.
All right, Gwei's gonna do the pedestal check. He has to test to open up the. He has to open up the back of Skull Woods before he gets the pedestal, because it'll be mirror bar.
All right, folks. So get your pedestal hypes up. What do we think it's gonna be today?
Probably not gonna be anything. Maxing out the bright Richter is what I. Oh, that's Quake.
Is that Quake?
That is Quake.
That is Quake. So automatically pedestal's dead. Right?
Not really.
Because
we might need it in case. In case we need to go to Turtle Rock or Misery Mire, depending on what.
But they're both pendants. Right? They're both pendants. So I think that kills the pedestal, doesn't it?
Oh.
Because you need the pedestal to get in. You need Quake to get in. You need a medallion to get into both of them. And we have both Ether and Bombos. So there's no way that I could think of that pedestal is required. Because what else would you need Quake for? I could be wrong, but
you're
I'm not
right.
sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that makes a loss. Okay, I read it wrong. I personally read it wrong. Because I've never seen a Quake in a situation. I've never seen Quake in a situation where the pendants are needed. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame Gwei for thinking like, okay, wait. There's a medallion on the pedestal. Like, how? Like, I don't know how you would have to figure out the logic behind that.
Yeah, as I said, I think because both Mire and Turtle Rock are pendants, I think that kills the pedestal.
Yeah, I personally I'm in Gwei's position right now. Like, for me,
weird.
I'll take that air. I'll take the air for myself. That's my own L.
Oh, gets caught by the Wallmaster. Hitzian heading into Swamp Palace now.
I was personally gearing up to see, like, okay, it's either just a little bit of love, just Couchcast or whatever. Like, all right, enough of that. Hitsun's in Swamp Palace, and it looks like Hookshot was found in King's Tomb, from what the chat was telling me.
Ooh, so he's gonna have to double dip his dungeon then. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are bow, mitts, and sword away from go mode.
Yes, and I believe so. We haven't. We do need the mitts to get into GT because we can't access it completely, and that also, is possible that GT can have progression due to
Absolutely.
it being a free dungeon, being a free dungeon to go into. Now, since everyone's talking about it in the chat, yes, I am aware there is a setting called beatable, which means that there's only the items that you need to beat the seed. But we're running this on the 100% inventory setting, so that's where I'm getting the confusion from, because I'm like, there's Quake, yes, and it's like I'm looking at the pendants, I'm like, okay, wait, yeah, that's where I want to get off the subject, all right? So, Hitsu, you're gonna have our left side swamp.
He's hoping to find hookshot, which he's not going to, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's 100% inventory, not 100% locations. I did I say 100% locations? I thought I said 100% inventory.
No, you did. You
Okay, all right.
absolutely did.
I must be some bickering in the chat. So, all right, left side swamp. Here we go.
I think you're looking too much into it now.
Yeah, I'm already had a mind melt from the whole pedestal thing.
That's okay. We have all been
Oh,
there
there's the
before.
flutes, but again, we don't really need it. And technically, if we don't, it's not. Well, we can get into Misery Mire. That could have our progression. It could also be on the Sahasrara, of course. And there's also the mitts too, and swamp. So.
So if I'm not mistaken, the only items that could be in GT would be the bow or the sword.
A bow and a
Because
sword.
mitts can't be there.
We're still a sword away from killing Ganon.
Right. And I just noticed Hitsin did find the glove. So yeah, we need bow and sword, both of which could be in GT.
Yes. Since we already have all of our necessary items that we can do. Like, we have, like, all the necessary stuff to... Well, all except for, like... Well, I'm trying to say this.
I like this play by Hitsin, getting the ice rod, because if you go up Dark Death Mountain, you could check Turtle Rock, and you could check GT, if you'd like to find that at least one bow and one sword. And that's a lot of locations, especially with Hookshot Cave. Oh, he doesn't have access to Hookshot Cave. Never mind. I was gonna say Hookshot Cave too, but looks like he's heading to King's Tomb, so we'll get his hookshot, and then we'll have access to that. And Plasma Capital will be able to full clear Swamp House on their first trip rather than having to come back since they have hookshot.
Which is nice. He doesn't have to double dip it. So Hitsu, yes, Hitsu is going to head over to Kakariko and going to activate the flute. That'll let him get access to... It'll actually make the climb up GT, or the climb up to Death Mountain a lot quicker than just having to save and quit and having to waste 1.5 seconds of just waiting for just having to spam the starter A button to at least get yourself back into the game.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, that glove also gives us access to Ice Palace as well. So we now have access to all the dungeons in the game at this point.
All except, yeah, we can at least enter all the dungeons. Of course, we can't clear.
Right, we cannot full clear them all, but we can now enter them all.
Yes, and Hitsu is gonna opt to buy some potions.
Is he gonna make the Ice Palace play? I'm kind of curious. I don't mean to speculate, but I'm wondering if usually one of the only reasons you get potions is Ice Palace or Turtle Rock.
Hitsu heading back into Swamp Palace, from what I'm looking, from what looks to be the
That's
case.
part 2, actually. Your agent about to get his My Fisher price for shield from Zora for 500 bucks.
And Plasma Kappa finishing off the Argus fight. Only gets a red boomerang. Oh, I like this.
Plasma's heading to Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I do too. Only looking for 2 items, so potentially find one of them here. Looks like Guai is heading towards Super Bunny Cave. I'll get Hookshot Cave too.
Now, I wonder if Guai will enter GT.
Nothing on Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, nothing on Pyramid Fairy. Guai, okay, drops down to go and look at Super Body Cave.
Herpes and Triple Bomb. Well, this is the most item dense location that they have at the moment because they have all of Hookshot Cave, all of Turtle Rock, most of Turtle Rock, and a lot of GT.
Yeah, GT, I mean, GT can't really... Now, they can't go up the tower because they need the bow in order
They need the bow,
to...
so that would take that out, but they can clear out the entire bottom half. That's 22
Yeah, the entire
locations.
basement is free. Nothing in Hookshot Cave. Yeah, Guai is heading for Turtle Rock. I guess Tower.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, they got 22 locations to check. It's a really good play, I think.
Well, 22 locations. 22 locations. You also
Well,
have
minus
access
one
to
for the
big
big
chest.
key.
Yeah, you have access to the big chest as well from the big key. That's one thing you can also check. And yeah, I don't think we really need to do a guessing game for this because this is 0-7.
Yeah.
If you want to guess, I don't. It's fine, but like,
Oh, there's
there's
the
the sword.
So already we're in a better position than we were 2 seconds ago. We now are 1 item away from go mode in the bow.
Yep. Now they would, and they're better than. I feel that it would be nice if Silver Arrows was found also in Ganon's tower.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, because
There's a harpies. Oh, there's another sword in the mire shed. So we now know where 2 swords are. So now we're just looking for that bow.
that was locked behind the flute. So I don't know if Gwai will ever go up. Now, Hitsu will I think Hitsu will definitely be grabbing that sword from GT when he does his gas or his big key hunt.
Well, the one problem with Gwai's choices, not that it's bad, just one of the only problems that I could see is that he's now gonna have to double dip GT when he may not have had to. Hitchin heading into Ice Palace. Plasma Kappa gets that bomb jump. That is not an easy bomb jump with the level 1 sword. I have tried it and never can get it. That is not an easy bomb jump.
Oop. Needs to use another bomb for that. There we go. So there's the big key. So if you were guessing 4, then you won. But again, I don't think it was that official because we're still looking for a bow.
Right, exactly. There's bombs.
Fury Agent grabs his red boomerang and also at the same time killing off the Argus fight as well. Well, Plasma's on the Cold Stare fight.
Yeah, this is not an easy fight. Trust me.
And also Hitsu gonna drop down into the Cold Stare fight.
Ooh, that's an unfortunate fall.
The tricky thing about this is that you have to do a specific bomb jump, or no, you can just use the okay. Why is in a good? Okay, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Also, there's Bob. If you want to say hi to him, just if you want to. What, Shady Fury? You know this. Okay then.
This is actually great use of the bee. Can they harm? I guess they can't even harm the armor sets, can they?
Oh, I'm seeing what Gwai is trying to do. He's trying to lag the fight out, or trying to use the lag from the bee. Oh, that is clever. Because this is gonna be a really long fight. Because Gwai has to constantly slash his their sword in order to kill off the Armos Knights. Because like this lockdown too. Because they're trying to get back to the next fray, like the next part of the fight. But gotta block. Oh, this is really cool.
I've never seen this before. It's so rare that you obviously would ever see the Armos Knights done without the sword. I mean, with a sword, rather.
Yeah, and it goes to show that you can kill the Armos Knights with a sword. You're better off just using a bow, though. So, because it takes a long time to kill these Armos Knights with just a sword alone. And answer a question in chat, yes, it's just a bow for go mode.
Well, if Gwai finds his bow here, he could finish GT and then finish the seed that way, and then not have to come back up here.
Yeah, that is a good point, because you can clear out the seed. You can clear out GT, wait until you're done with all the other dungeons, and then treat it as if it's a fast gated seed.
Exactly. That would have been my next point. Yep, exactly. You read my mind.
I'm not Scruff. Oh, there's
It's the bow. He's in go mode. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
go mode. It's going for Gwai at 102, 22.
Oh, is he? I hope he's gonna finish GT.
Oh, that is great. But the thing
It makes
is,
the most sense to
Gwai,
finish GT, and we get the rare instance of seeing the GT big chest open.
yeah, because really you don't ever go and check this unless you're playing like something like this 07 seed. Now, Gwai is looking for another sword, which I don't blame them for doing this. Because the issue is that Gwai never went over to Misery Mire, where the other sword was.
Right. White also doesn't have to have the flute, so it can't get to Mire. It is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the thing. The flute, since Gwai never found the flute, and that was in Left Side Swamp.
Yes. And judging by Hitzium's thing, there's only one more sword left. He has Temper. So...
Yeah, this gave Plasma and Hitsu ample opportunity to grab the lead from Gwai. Plus, because the thing is that they will have sword advantage when Hitsu goes over to fight the Aisaros with just the sword, with just the tempered sword.
Right, plus the boss fights will be faster with Tempered over Master. All the boss fights that they have left will be much, much faster.
Yeah, this is because because Hitsu went over to do it was to follow the flute with over to Misery Mire just to find another sword. Now we don't know what the other outside of that we don't know what the other swords are, and we still don't know about the other.
Oh, there's
bow.
the other bow
Oh,
in Ice Palace.
Oh,
so we now know where silvers are, too.
this really hurts for Gwai because actually, and this isn't over on the this is on the hookshot lock side of Ice Palace.
So then technically, you didn't even need to do the Armor's Lance without a sword. I mean, without the bow.
Yeah, this is because they're looking for silver. They're still looking for silver. So fear will actually get me in go mode when it goes over to GT.
Right, exactly, because he'll have a sword. This is really interesting, and that's what the cool thing is about the progressive swords now. Sorry, progressive bows, is that you can find a different bow someplace else.
And the mushroom only led to 5 rupees. That's not what Gwai is looking for. Stocking up potions here makes sense for Gwai. I think their intention is when they're doing Master Sword Silverless, they want to have as much potions as they can so that they don't have to, because they'll probably they're better off using the fire rod and try to go for triples.
Yes. If you're gonna choose one over the other, yes. That's what I would guess. Alright, well down goes Cold Stare for Fear Agent. And we'll be moving on. So in this seed, none of the pendant dungeons had anything of note.
No. And that actually means that if the runners were played it smart, they didn't have to go to any medallion, any pendant dungeons whatsoever.
Exactly. Is Gwai heading to Turtle Rock? No. Is he going back to GT?
I think what Gwai is trying to do is he stocks up on potions. I don't know what Gwai is wanting to do here.
I'm confused. Well, if they join us in an interview after, we could ask.
I think if I want to make sense of this, Gwai went up to got some potions from the mushroom. Just grab some mushroom. Yeah. Gwai went up to get some potions while they're doing the check for the mushroom. And given the circumstances here, they only have a bow and they have silver arrows. They only have a bow and there's no silver arrows. There's only a master sword. Now, in the case of Hitsuyan went over to my area and got himself his temperate sword, his what eventually would be his master sword. Given the circumstances of the seed, and that the fact that a bow, technically you never needed to clear you never had to clear any dungeons of that nature. Well, having to clear the dungeons to basically kill the Armless Knights in order to get that silver would technically be the silver arrows. Going into ice, was the right decision because he was looking for a bow and his full clarinet for Fear Agent. And I don't know where this is going at all.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. But I mean, I guess if I were running, which I'm not, if I were in Guayas, I would have probably finished GT first. I guess I don't understand why he left. Because yeah, I don't understand why they left. But either way, they're in the gauntlet now, as is Hitzian, who's gonna have a much quicker gauntlet. Because you see, Hitzian was behind Y and now has caught up. Cool that Hitzian and Guy are in the same room at the same time.
All right, so Plasma. So you have Hitsu with sword advantage. Guai and Plasma are both climbing the tower along with Hitsu. They're pretty close to each other. Now, Fear is opting to full clear everything, like opting to just clear the dungeons out and having to doing GT when he finishes up both dungeons. This is in consideration with the fact that Ice Palace had a bow.
So with Fear's routing, he probably will not get the silver arrows because they're behind Ice Armos, and you get the, well, depending on which way he goes. If he goes right, then he'll get the big key on the fourth chest, and then we'll never have to. Oh wait, there wasn't a key on the right side, unless it was in Talon. But there would be no reason for them to beat, for him to do Ice Armos. So he'll be on probably Master Sword Silverless for Ganon. That would be my guess.
Yeah, well, Hitsuyan does have the sword advantage. So, what I'm trying to think about this is that Fear, since he's clearing dungeons, and Hitsuyan and everyone else has to clear up the dungeons and play it out as a fast candidacy, I think Fear might have the advantage, in my opinion. Because Fear will get the sword. If Fear decides to go Hope Room then to the left, they'll get the silver arrows. Or he'll get the silver arrows. Fear's actually hitting back into Pod for this because he's looking for another sword.
Yeah, exactly. He went straight for the boss.
Alright, Hitsuyan clears out the Mega 2 fight. Of course, we can't clear the boss just yet. We can't drop down to kill Ganon yet. We need to have both brother. We need to have Hitsu clear up Pod Eastern,
which will be pretty quick.
Yeah, I can see why Hitsu might have the lead here. Just that there's at that point because Fierce gonna be looking for a sword.
And Guai needs to do Ice Palace, Swamp, Pod, and Eastern, and Desert. So quite a bit more to go for them.
Yeah,
whereas Hitzian could just, especially with the sword advantage, easily go through Pod. Nosies and Gomo doesn't care about the silver arrows, since he can't get them there in Ice Palace for him. That's where his silvers will be. So my guess is he'll just clear Pod as fast as he can. Same thing with Eastern, and then go straight to G2. Go straight to Ganon.
Yeah, if you're finding nothing within Pod.
And now, actually, with Hitzian already in Pod and Fear in Eastern, and with the sword advantage that Hitzian has, he definitely has the lead.
Yeah, and Gwai.
Oh, Gwai makes a mistake.
Gwai is opting to kill Ganon, but that's the issue is that Gwai cannot kill Ganon because
he didn't complete the seed.
Yeah, he needs to. Gwai needed to clear all the crystal dungeons. Now, in this situation, once Ganon goes down to the fourth phase, Ganon will be pretty much invincible. You'll keep regenerating health over time. That's why we have these 7 to kill Ganon.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
And no, to answer someone in the chat, no, Gwai will not. Ganon will not give you the hint because instead Ganon will just reinforce that you cannot kill him. The silver arrow hint only comes when you have 7 crystals.
So he's wasting a lot of time here.
Yeah, this is a big time sink for Gwai. And I say this because Gwai needs to fall here no matter what. Once Gwai, if Ganon stops teleporting, Gwai needs to drop down once they have the opportunity. Because, I mean, I see why Gwai wanted to try and do it because they're thinking that they can still get the hint. But in this case, they cannot.
This is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it hurts. It really, really hurts. Yeah, that's exactly said. That's exactly what it says. Gwai never gets the hint. Because he's telling you that you don't have any ears, that you can't kill him, and Gwai is doing the torch glitch anyway, or no, he didn't even get the torch glitch, but
yeah, he did.
He got it. What am I saying? It's hard to tell from this palette.
Yeah.
This
is really unfortunate.
I don't know why Gwai is wasting their time doing this. I mean, it makes sense. Like
Does he not know that it's 707?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be a learning experience, regardless for Gwai, when he realizes that he's not doing, after 24 spins, that he hasn't done anything to him. So hopefully he's counting the spins that he's done. And hopefully after he does 24, because I lost track of how many he's... once he does 24, hopefully he'll see that he is not doing any damage to Ganon and then drop down. But I don't know. There goes the drop. I think that must be he must have done 24, dropped, and hopefully will now go clear the rest of the game.
This is in general, this Gwai had a huge time sink just because of this.
Yeah. Oh, is he going back in?
Gwai.
Oh Gwai is.
Gwai.
Wait, go read the sign.
Read the sign.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He didn't realize that Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
Oh my! Again, Gwai. This hurts for Gwai because they honestly thought that they could kill Ganon right now, but they still have a whole lot to do. They have a whole lot of dungeons to clear.
Well, now we're gonna see what the story is, because Fear Agent heading to GT. We'll see what route he goes. He has the bow. He will get his sword. And then we'll see what he decides to do from there, as Plasma is in Eastern Palace. So I think the race really is between Plasma and Hitzian, because they're both in Eastern, although Hitzian does have the sword advantage.
Yes, Hitzian does have the sword advantage. Plasma will have to settle with doing Master Sword Silver, which is never fun because you have to do a total of 52 spins.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do Master Sword Silverless, you really need to be counting your stuff, and you really need to get that torch glitch, because otherwise your magic will drain way too fast, and then you can't concentrate on what you need to do, which is spins.
Or if you're crazy, you have to name all the names of all the games in Action 52 because it's a total of 52 spins. Yeah, obviously, exactly. I'm don't do that, but.
So really the race is Hitzian's to lose. He is just about at Armos Knights. He'll play, and then he just has to go to the Dark World and then go kill Ganon. Whereas Fear Agent has to full clear, still has to get his sword, has gotten his sword. He needs to find the big key, which he will in just a moment here. When he gets past the tile room, he will find his big key, go strip the tower, kill Aga 2, and then drop it on Ganon. So it's really just a matter of how quickly can Fear Agent get through GT as Hitzian enters his ring around the Armos Knights.
And this will be a quick fight because of the quick kill that Kitsu's going to do right now. Excellent. And there's the single arrow, so he gets the arrow back.
All right, so let's see. So Plasma Kappa is right on his tail. If a couple falls to Ganon, I would highly doubt a death at this point with how much health they have, but a fall or two to Ganon certainly could give Plasma Kappa a chance. As Hitzian's the only one who got the flute, so only one who has Tempered Sword. The other sword, we have no idea where it is. Probably in TR someplace. Or Misery Mire. Those are the only two places that have not been checked.
Yes, and really I think... So, a fall from Hitzian would have Plasma being really close to Hitsu. Another fall would just end it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Hitsuyan gonna play it off as a fast Ganon seed, just because that's the nature of this.
And it'll be much faster with Tempered Sword.
Yeah, that is really true. Hitsu gonna use some dash
He's already
strats.
in phase 2.
I'm already in phase 2 using some dash strats.
I love watching dash strats, and he's already into phase 3. And he'll only have, I believe it's 12 spins with Temper, 24 with Master. So he'll have half as many spins once we get to phase 4, as he's in phase 3 now.
Yeah, it checks out that it's 12 spins. And then 24 is just a double of that of just tempered sword. Now, with these Ganon teleports,
He is not playing nice.
I like what Plasma was trying to do. I like what Plasma was doing here. He is going to get blue potions from the Pyramid Fairy because we knew that it was blue potions.
Hitzian really doing a good job so far in his Ganon fight. Plasma Kappa just about to enter his Ganon fight. And Guai kills Helmosaur King. And Plasma Kappa has now started his spins against Ganon. So Hitzian definitely gonna have the easier of all the choices that all the other runners will have. Doing tempered sword, Ganon rather than master sword. So down goes Ganon for Hitzian 1337.
Yeah, that's it. Get your GGs in chat, and all Hitzian has to do is to finish off this scene and become first in the restream is to cross the 1x3 bridge.
Yeah, spam those GGs in chat for Hitzian 1337. Awesome job.
He's finishing in first on the restream with an official SRL time of 1 hour 27 minutes and 4 seconds. It's good up for second place overall, with our overall winner of the race being Shire in first place with a time of 1:20:23.
I have a feeling that Fear is looking for another sword. But we'll see. Okay, down goes Trolldorm 2.
Try to hover up Boulder 2. Nope.
Oh.
That now, since Fear didn't grab the chest, he has to reflight Moldorm 2.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the thing about Moldorm 2 is that when Moldorm 2 is not considered dead until you open the chest. I think I get this right.
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Oh, I see why Fear has to hover this. He doesn't have a hook shot.
Oh.
And I think we're joined by Hitzion and GG.
GG's, buddy.
GG's, guys.
We were having a hard time trying to make sense of the scene because of the way the crystals are laid out. But 007. So I guess I'll default to what my usual question. What do you think about the sea as a whole?
The seed was pretty good, I guess. But the only mistake I did was renting down after Thieves Town instead going up and lower to King's Tomb, I guess. So I could clear Swamp in one way and skip the flute maybe, but then I had only Master Sword, but that is fine I guess, and saved some time.
Yeah, you definitely saved a lot of time finding that flute because you were the only one on our side that got that tempered sword. Everybody else is going to be Master Sword Silverless on Ganon.
I'm so blind. I'm not thinking straight. So, Plasma Hammer did finish. Get your GC into chat, but I completely forgot that Fear had a hookshot. You're just doing it just because why not?
One time in the seed, after finding Mids and Flute and Swamp without the hookshot, I was thinking, okay, I won the seed 100%. And then I found in King's Tomb the hookshot, and then I was thinking, no, I lost the seed.
He finished.
You're
By
also
the way,
joined by
Plasma finished with
Kappa, GG's.
he finished with second place on the race stream at a time of one time 1:30:36, third place overall, and GG to Plasma Kappa.
GG's.
What do you think about the seed as a whole?
They were a nice palace every time. I would have saved a few years.
Yeah, so Fear did go to Ice Palace first, and technically that was his go mode, considering that the bow was locked behind the Armos Knights. The Ice Armos Knights. So, Fear could have gone to Silver Arrows, but chose not to do it in favor of getting the big key. And then, I try to make sense of everything because over on Hitsia side, I think you saw this, but Quake was on the pedestal, and I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. It's a weird pedestal because, like, you don't expect a medallion to be on there when there's like two pendant dungeons. I'm like, oh wait, you can do Quake. I'm like, oh no wait, you can't do that because it's a Quake medallion. And
Yes, well, that just means I knew I could get into TR. If I needed to look for my bow, which I was very close to doing.
Well, TR always has a bow, doesn't it? Especially on Laser Bridge.
oh, Fear Tech is a deaf, but has a fairy, so they're okay.
So, how did you guys feel about your routing in this seed?
Well, it was alright until I found the boots, and I knew I was already sunk.
Same. I also did some checks before tech. I was not happy with that find.
I did basically everything before CAC.
After that I did every right play, only not going to King's Tomb was time loss for me at least.
I did manage to make it there.
Out of it. I checked Maya shed with the flute. The flute was left side swamp and there was a tempered, so
Oh well,
some time back.
that would have been nice. Probably should have gotten more than 2 potions. Could have gone faster.
I'm trying to remember where another bottle was. There was a third bottle somewhere. I forget where it was.
Well, I have 3 bottles, so
Oh, tracker doesn't say it was two. It said 2 bottles. Whatever.
Still looking back on the scene, if you guys were to change anything of your routing, obviously checking King's Tomb seems to be what you guys would have done. But other than that, would you change anything else?
To check early.
I guess. I can't magic up another sword from somewhere. Maybe get Burna so that that entire fight just isn't pure madness. Spent a lot of time with Ice Armos. They are our friend.
Yes, we saw everybody doing ice armors without the bow.
Where was the other bow?
The other bow was in Ice Palace.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe. Was it a nice tea room? It was on. I think it was on the Hammerlock side.
It
Oh,
was.
man. With this knowledge, I would change also that I full clear ice and do all crystals before GT.
Oh. Oh, full clear ice team, you told me there's 3 important items in there. That's just wrong. I'll come back an hour later and be proud of it.
I think the other bow was. I want to say it was on the hookshot lock side of Ice Palace. I might be wrong though, because I honestly my brain's already been melted by this scene. Because it's taking me a while to get back used to the fact that I have to keep track of 4 other people, like 2 other people, like 2 extra people instead of like just 2 myself. And Fear clears out the big pig. Get your GGs in chat for him.
GG's in chat for Fear. And know that Guai Label is now heading into Ice Palace. He will also need to clear Desert as well.
And Fear finishes 3rd on the restream with an official SRL time of 1:37:37, and it's good for 5th place overall. And following after that, prior to that, ADM finished 4th with a time of 1:35:53.
I need to go, guys. Thank you for commentating, tracking, and all the other stuff you do behind.
Thank you for being with us. Again,
Thank you.
GG's.
GG to you.
GG's.
GG's. Bye bye.
So while we wait for our last runner to finish, and just tracing back all the steps going through Ice Palace, we'll see if Fear Agent decides to join us here in chat. Anything else, Plasma, that you'd like to add?
No, not really. Other than the Mitzel's King's Tomb always holds something. So I took that north route. I was very close to just go also doing swamp myself.
Guai is entering the Pen Gator room. Nicely done with the bomb setup.
Yes, I've things to do, so I will take off too. Thank you
Alright,
all for your
GGs, and
production.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, take care.
GGs.
And GG to you.
Alright, so it looks like Guai is heading straight for Cold Stare. Will not get the silver arrows.
Yeah, that means Guai will also have to do Master Sword Silverless.
Well, considering he did it once already.
Yeah, I mean, Guai can do this just fine. I mean, it's unfortunate that Guai had to do it in a situation where you could have totally done it if it wasn't, if it was like 0-0 or something like that. But like, why would you do it if it's like 0-0 with like already this much items? But this in a situation where it's 0-7, where you could totally clear this, clear GT, and be on your way. I think you could already in go mode, but then like, wait a minute, you have to clear all the dungeons? Like, oh, or not all the crystal dungeons? Like, oh, that. It still hurts that to see Guai.
Yeah, exactly. And now they'll go to desert, clear that out, and then be able to take out Ganon.
And Fear will not join us for an interview, but either way, get your GGs in chat for him. He's
Yeah, get
still...
your GGs in chat for all of our runners. They have put on an amazing show this afternoon. I don't know if Guai went into desert yet. So probably not, but that means he'll have to clear desert till he gets the big key.
Yeah, I don't think Guai ever went over to finish off Desert Palace or even when it period.
Smith's chain, right?
I honestly don't know. I'm sorry from some seasonal allergies, so and my brain's all messed up. I'm tired. It's ill.
Alright, so Guai label now is in desert. Should be a quick dungeon for him. Yes, the big key was on the left, on the right side. This dungeon was not boots locked.
No, wanted to check Guai wanted to check anyway.
Right, exactly. Where is he going? Oh, fairies?
Still
Did
going?
not get the... Oh, I was going to say, he didn't get the big key. He has to go back. Well, while Guai is catching up, we wanted to remind everybody who's in chat to please follow all of our runners from this afternoon. They have done an awesome job, as well as our trackers, and my fellow co-commentator, Professor Render, and myself, Nitro6003.
Oh, I see what Guai wanted to do after looking at the chat. Guai was setting up for the mirror points. That's exactly what Guai wanted to do. So, yeah. I'm tired. I'm just about ready to like get done. So ugh.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the desert ledge just to make sure there's another sword. It's not there.
No. I mean, if he wants to go back and find the fluid, he certainly can still go to the Mire Shack and get another sword. But I doubt that that's going to happen. This should be a pretty easy fight for him with the fire rod.
Alright. Gwai opens up the wall to fight the Lemurus. That will be Gwai's last the boss they will have to clear. And they'll have 7 crystals in hand. Not 7 rings in hand, but 7 crystals in hand.
Oh, misses
Oh.
the fire rod shot, unfortunately.
It's okay, but it's okay. He's got sword. He can do sword spins.
Yep,
Or
sword spin,
sword slashes.
hammer.
It's mostly vanilla if you don't consider the master sword.
Right, exactly. Well, Gwai Label now has his 7th crystal. Will be heading back to his Ganon fight. Now, unfortunately, if I know correctly, the first time you fight Ganon, it is scripted. But once you leave the fight, just like Aga, and just like Aga 1, Aga 2, and Blind, once you leave their fights, they are no longer not scripted, but they don't do the same teleportations as everybody else. He already got those the first time he went in, if I'm not mistaken.
No, regardless of what happens, the Ganon fight will always be random depending on what you do. I mean, it can be somewhat scripted if you know the certain patterns, if you know how to do a specific pattern, but
No, but I thought the teleports were all the same the first time through with Ganon, with and
oh,
with
you're
Aga
talking
1
about
and Aga
teleports.
2,
Okay.
and then if you died, it changed.
Or we're talking about teleports. Okay, yeah, that's right. Or wait.
Well, Gwai will do one more check before to see if he can find silvers or another sword in Pyramid Fairy. Not a bad check.
Yeah, our tracker Aura is confirming that yes, it is the script changes for each entrance. If you get into the first time, then yes, it will always, you'll have the same teleports. The script changes for each.
Very well. He will now be entering his Ganon fight shortly. Probably get one more blue potion just to because he's doing Master Sword Silverless.
Right, this is Act 2 of the Ganon fights for Gwai.
This will be a second time through Ganon. He is now in phase 2. Probably one more phase 2 perhaps. So now he enters phase 3, and then we'll have to do 24 spins in order to kill Ganon. Hopefully he's able to get the torch glitch the second time, as he did the first. It'll make the fight so much easier for him. He does get torch glitch.
Yeah, I do agree with the fire with the lamp here, because that way it doesn't have to have to do that weird there's a weird timing on the fire rod is very precise. I'm not precise. You have to you had to hit at a certain period. There's a visual cue that you can look at.
Right, it's actually much easier to do it with lamp, because you could spam. First of all, you get a lot more lamp lights than fire rod lights anyway, so it's actually easier to spam the lamp and get the glitch rather than doing it with the fire rod. If you had to choose between.
Yeah, that's what if I had any other option to do torch glitch, I would rather use the lamp instead of the fire rod.
Yeah, I would too. And believe it or not, with now with the progressive bows, you're definitely seeing a lot more silverless Ganon fights than you did before, because there are 2 bows now in the game rather than just 1. But Gwai label well on his way to doing a great job here with his Ganon fight, keeping himself together, keeping himself on a pattern with Ganon, doing a very good job here in this fight.
Yeah, it's looking really great for Gwai.
And actually, those of you who have never done Master Sword Silverless, this is it's hard and tedious and time consuming, and it's just, you will hear a lot of runners say how time consuming this is and how challenging it is. One of the more challenging fights to do, because it's so long and you have to really be on your game the entire time.
Yeah, it is very tedious, because you have to know how to do silverless hits first of all, and then you also have to consider that you have to do, if you're trying to do a Master Sword Ganon with silvers, you have to do the whole 24 spins plus the 8s for phase 3, 28 spins, in order to get yourself to phase 4, and then you just shoot your silver arrows and that's it. You have to combine what you know about those into one fight, and it's a very long and tedious fight, as you say.
Yeah, exactly. But he is very well on his way to victory as long as he continues to hold. And down goes Ganon for Y label. Get your GGs in chat. All he has to do is cross that bridge, and he is done.
And that, so Gwai finishes 4th on the restream with an official SRL time of 1:54.52, and that's good for 8th place overall.
Well, congratulations to all of our runners. They've done an awesome job this afternoon. While we wait to see if we're going to be joined by Guai, don't forget there's tons more randomizer. Just keep an eye on the Speed Gaming team of channels, and there is always some kind of randomizer somewhere, probably, and of course the tournament's still going on as well. I'm not sure. I think they're into. They've done what they're into the 128, I believe. Last check, I don't know where they are now, but that's. I'll let Professor Render update you guys on that because I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, they just started the bracket stage. I think they're almost done with the round of 64. They're taking a break for HDQ 2020, which you definitely should be checking out if you really like speedruns. They do the stuff that they do over at Games Done Quick is amazing, and they just recently kicked it off like not too long ago. They kicked it up yesterday with A Had Time, one of my favorite games of all time. And we won't get Guai in for an interview, so
well, then I guess we can close it out at this point. So once again, if you guys have a chance, please give all of our runners a follow. They did an awesome job. Guai Hitium,
Guai, Hitsion, Viragin, and Plasma Kappa.
yeah, sorry, I just totally blanked on the other two names. Our trackers, everybody who's involved in getting us on the air, please check out all the speed games 1 through 6, as well as ALTTP Randomizer. I believe that's 1 through 4, channels 1 through 4, and of course follow my co-commentator Professor Render. I am Nitro6003. So for all of us here at the Speed Gaming Network of the channels, I am saying have a great afternoon, and we'll see you guys all later.
Yeah, take care. It's also 2 through 5, but definitely check out the 9 o'clock one. We have ourselves Pedestal Key Sanity, so you'll have to check that out. But anyway, we gotta sign off. See you.